What's going on? This is Eli Brown. This is my home studio tour. Welcome to Kilometer. Some of the artists I've worked with are Drake, PARTYNEXTDOOR, Chris Brown, Jaden Smith, Lloyd Banks, Fetty. But yeah, those are a few that I can name. I would describe my sound as like dark, moody. In my opinion, like I try to make this thing called cancer music, where it's just like emotional, but mixed it with the Toronto sound. So a lot of pads, slower tempo, heavy drums. My first production studio setup was a simple Focusrite, a piano that my parents bought me in grade 2 when I was doing piano lessons. And somehow I found a way to hook up like the old school like MIDI circular thing and not the USB, and that was my setup. A little broken headphones and Focusrite. The interface I typically use when I'm in the studio is the Apollo, anything Apollo. So it could be the Twin or it could be the 8-rack. We have a laptop that doesn't crash every time like I open up a new plugin. And here at this home studio, we have ATC 45s, which I find is one of the best speakers. My preferred DAW is FL Studio. I like to do that for the drum work, but I use every DAW. I go in Abelton to do like some time stretch warp stuff, and I use Logic to record vocals more than Pro Tools. So my favorite plugins are, for VST instrument, I love Arturia and Xpand. Xpand just helps me get that sound, that Toronto sound. You know, shout out to 40. 40 is the one that kind of like made a lot of great records on Xpand, and a lot of the records I got recently, they have just been coming from Xpand. I love Valhalla vintage Verb just because I feel like you just need that. I just feel like everybody needs to get Valhalla vintage Verb, you know? Or ShaperBox. ShaperBox, just like you can create unique textures with it. My first break, I think my first break was the Chris Brown Big Slimes, just cause like Chris Brown's such a heavy hitter, hit maker with Young Thug. It didn't go too crazy, but like it was very validating to work with someone who was still relevant and talented like Chris Brown. But I think my big break was when I did the song on CLB in the Bible with Leon Thomas, Austin Powers, and 40. That one was like next level. Like my head literally exploded when that had happened. The record that I'm most proud of is Afro Blue by Ryan. I think his record as a whole EP, I'm very proud about that, because that's where I actually had time to like learn about artist's story, craft something with them, build from the ground up, and just the whole experience was fun, you know, like a lot of going outside, seeing him get heartbroken, experimenting with new sounds. So I love this studio, and specifically this room, theater room, just because it's like there's a lot of other rooms and a lot of other creatives are here. I used to see this a lot in LA, where it's just like you go to a complex and someone will be making like, let's say like a dance beat, and the next person will be organizing like a string section, and it's like, oh, you can bring all these worlds together, you know, and just ups your bar. Some of the producers I admire and look up to is obviously Boy Wonder, hands down. Like everything goes back to him. If you really tie it down, like Matthew Burnett and Jordan Evans connected to Boy Wonder. Wonder Girl, Boy Wonder. T-Minus, Boy Wonder. Vinyls, Boy Wonder. 7 Thomas, Boy Wonder. So it's like, that's the guy I look up to, because he's like the real OG. Like he's the one that broke the mold for us. Oh, my best memory in the studio was the day we made Triple Casa. That was a crazy memory. I just remember I was working with my friend from Calgary, Justine, and it was a long night. We had a long conversation, and I was so burnt out. I just remember telling myself, tonight's the night. I didn't even make nothing. I remember just telling me, tonight's the night. Yeah, I think it was 19 when I started producing, 18, 19. And I thought it was too late. I thought I was like, oh, like, freak. People are saying they made beats when they're 13, 16, 17. I have no chance. But things started happening around, I don't know what age specifically, I remember the time, around 2018, 2019. Me and Lord Quest had sold a beat to Maestro West, got $400, and I took that $400 and I booked my ticket to LA. Being in LA just changed my perspective. I was able to meet people who were like insane, it raised my bar. I was to say that I'm making some strides, and I believe everybody can make their strides if they put their mind to it. For those who are watching this, understand the business, develop a business acumen, develop your creative side, and have faith and persistence. You know, if you don't believe in something, believe in yourself at least. Like, that's the one person you have to believe in. So.